Today I'm so excited to share my results from the 30-day art challenge. As you can see here, I have everything in multiple journals, so we will dive right in. If you are just now finding us, I hope that you will follow along with the challenge and the playlist. I'll be showing you a sneak peek of the 30 art projects here. We covered everything from collage, intuitive painting, expressive arts activities, art journaling, poetry. These will be in no particular order. My artist self here showing that I'm not as organized. So I love this one here. This is watercolor and ink, and this was a values exercise. So the words I chose were growth, compassion, and authenticity. Some of these projects built on each other. So this was actually 2 different days. We did the watercolor underpainting first and then played with the ink drawing on top. So what I love about this 30-day art challenge is that it gives you inspiration to spark your own creativity. It may give you ideas and things you haven't tried before. This was a different pattern play exercise that we did, a warm up. And then we used that pattern play exercise to give us feedback and ideas of how to make marks for some of our other later on paintings and drawings. So I don't know about you, but if you ever have noticed with your art that sometimes you feel stuck or it starts to sort of dry up a little bit, or you're wanting to experience something new, this 30-day art challenge is a great way to enliven your practice, to inspire you, and to help you move through some of those blocks. This was, again, a 2 different day piece. One was the underpainting with watercolor doodling. The other was collage. We have some text as well. So this says, precious, there is freedom in simplicity and beginning again, always again. So what I love also about these mindful art activities specifically is that it's more than just our art practice. It's also a way of noticing what's coming up for us. It's a great way for creative self-care. We played with blackout poetry, some soul collage cards, and also making some of our own cards. And I'm going to show at the end some things around gratitude cards as well. We're going to dive into this journal to go over the rest of our 30-day art challenge items. I wanted to share first these sweet bookmarks that we played with as well. One says hope, the other is curiosity. These are things that you can do and create and keep in your favorite art books or journals later as inspiration. You can also give them as gifts, which can be really sweet. I started this 30-day art challenge right before my 40th birthday as a way to create daily, to be inspired and connected with daily prompts, and to connect with others. This is a really fun abstract watercolor play piece. These mindful art activities, they can take as little as 2 to 5 minutes. And what's so great about this as well is that it gives us permission to create daily, to tap into our creativity without it needing a lot of art supplies or a lot of time. So it makes it more accessible and manageable that we'll actually do it and build it into our lives. So sometimes we explored pattern play and warming up. So that's what we're doing here with some Zentangle mandalas as well as contour drawing. And then building that in later to a letter to ourselves. So there are a lot of journaling prompts, especially I have a 30-day online course that will walk you through these as well. That goes more in depth with writing prompts like this process here as I made meaning of this image. So the final words I came up with for this image is like a knot whose threads have been pulled too tight. I feel stuck, twisted. I feel when I expand my perspective and remember spaciousness, peace surrounds me. And so a lot of these practices can dive in really deep, and it can be hard to find the words or to make meaning of our images without some of these more in-depth prompts and practices. I do share that in the course. If you want to join us in the community, we would absolutely love to have you. I'll have that link down below. So we did go back in and play with gradients, filling in colors. Since I love this 30-day art challenge as part of our creative self-care, we did explore some different meditations as well. So we went through a body scan meditation, and then later we explored that same body scan meditation but abstractly, and finding ways that we can transform what we're feeling in the moment and express ourselves. So I love and adore this practice. As part of the 30-day art challenge, it was nice to see people's comments and know that we're together in our feelings sometimes of stress or overwhelm feeling like we don't have time to create, or just finding a small pocket of space that we can create. So this was based on a breath meditation, but a very simple practice to help you de-stress and create and express yourself. So this is a really fun way to create art journal backgrounds. This is done with tissue paper, super fun. And this is also really fun to then create additional cards that can be gifts. And I will link the 30-day art experiments course down below that helps specifically also to focus on our inner critic and help us move through creative blocks so we can start creating daily or as much as feels good for us.